Alright, what's up guys? I kind of want to do a bit of a different video style today. This is probably going to be a pretty short video, maybe like 5 minutes, 10 on the absolute max, depending on how much I actually talk about. Um, and yeah, so what I wanted to do was I wanted to do kind of like a gameplay review, I guess you could call it. Basically, I have a clip here of a fight I had where we lose, and I'm kind of just going to talk about it, go over it, maybe try to like, or obviously not maybe, to like, say the things I could have done differently, say how I could have played the fight differently, and maybe it'll help you guys in a situation if you're like this. It's just kind of giving you guys like an insight on my thought process here. So yeah, without further ado, I will play the clip. I'm just gonna play the clip once, and then I'll probably like go back and forth between, so I can, you know, like pause on what I want to do. Let's play the sound down. Yeah, and just for context, we knew there was a bunch of really geared teams in this lobby. Like this was a very stacked lobby. And then, yeah. And then, honestly, I'm not even sure. I think the clip pretty much ends there. I think he ended up dying, and I think the Bard lived. I'm pretty sure he died. I'm pretty sure he died, and the Bard lived. But anyways, so now to go back through and like talk about this like an actual way of what we could have done versus what we did. Obviously, the comp we're fighting here is definitely one of, if not the strongest comps in the entire game. It's Barbarian, Bard, and Wizard. It's a very, very strong comp. It's becoming very, very popular at high level of play. So right here off the bat, we walk in. They were not ready for us here. It's very clear based on their positioning. They like the Wizard saw me when I came through the door. These guys are just starting to come towards us. They're buffing up. They're not in a good spot. Now I made the incorrect play here, and I made the incorrect call, which ultimately made us lose the fight. Is what I feel. Is when we walked in right here, because you guys can't, obviously you can't tell because you can't see them. But where my teammates are, they're literally right behind me. Like my bard's right behind me. You see when I turn around, and my barb's in this room with me. You can't see him. He's like right to my left or my right. I'm not sure, but he's in there with me. So the correct play here is 100%. I honestly, I think even back now, I know I don't know why I did it. I mean, I just honestly, I'm gonna say it. I got scared. I pussied out. I got scared of fighting this comp because I've lost this comp so many times, and I just assumed we'd automatically lose again. So I made the worst play, and which is just an awful mentality to have. You should never carry past fears from fights over into a new fight, even if it's versus the same comp. It's like this is an entirely different circumstance than when I'd normally fight them. This is a great chance for us to fight. And what we should have done here is we should have rushed in. I should have rushed over here on this bard barbarian, and then my barb would have ran at this wizard, and it would have been a significant. Honestly, we most likely would have won it. It would have been a significantly better chance to fight. But obviously, what we do here is you see I try to turn around, like I guess I kind of like panic. I get caught in the doorway. I take splash from a fireball, and you see my barb is right here. So my barb was like right beside me. Honestly, I think he stepped into the room. But yeah, so now we're in a position where we have to funnel out of a doorway. I take half to a fireball splash. We're in a really staggered position here. They're getting chances to buff up. Like we're like trying to like recover, getting our buffs going, everything. And then my next play was I turned this corner here, and my thought process is okay. I'm gonna like they're gonna try to rush. I'm gonna try to get there and hold them in the door so the wizard can't cast spells. Because what this whole comp is based around is the barbarian runs in, and then the wizard uses him as a fucking lightning rod, and he chain lightnings the barbarian, and then leaps to it because it does like no damage to the barbarian because they have a lot of HP, a lot of MR, and then it leaps from the barbarian to the enemy team, which is us, and it just kind of melts them, which is exactly what happens. And then you see I push it up here, and I underestimated how fast they would cover the distance because then obviously the barbarian pops up right here in front of me, and then even right here, I made the incorrect play yet again. Instead of pushing forward here to try to like get in front of the wizard, try to maybe block a chain lightning or force him not to use it or force him to hit himself, I back up here again. I'm on the defensive, which is once again the worst play I could possibly make. Because I mean, I went over this and I talked with some people about this, and I thought I played this well, and I thought I played this like as best I could have. But looking back at it now, I played this so poorly. We could have done so many things. Like in this spot, if I just like move myself around the barbarian, even if I give up my back to the barbarian and I block this wizard, my team can hit him and they can most likely kill him if he's hitting me. And I like even if like once again, even if this wizard like is right here where this guy chain lightnings. Let's see right here. If I was closer, like because I could have made it to this doorway. If I was in this doorway and he chain lightnings me, there are two things can happen. One, it's unlucky and it just goes to the barb and into my team anyways. If the barb like doesn't like back up, or the much better outcome, which is certainly possible, is it hits me or even I block it and it hits nothing. But if it hits me, it jumps back to the wizard and back to the bard and does all the damage to them versus all this damage to us. Like as you see, you can look at our health bars. Like you can watch this giant drop when the chain lightning hits. Like the bard literally goes to what around 45%. This guy loses probably 20%. I take like half. So instead of us being in this position, even if I'm low, and the thing is, even if I'm low here, even if it like let's say it still hits me, still brings me to 1 HP, and I like let's say I die to it. Their team is now in a spot where both of them are like half HP or less. The barb is probably going to be dead by this time because my barb and my bard would have been hitting him, and it would have went significantly better. It definitely could have been played better. And then at this point, obviously, I'm just I fall over, and that's what I said. Like if you play it back here and you look at it from that point, it's like we had so many more chances to actually play this fight properly. So like I said, we see this guy here. This guy's completely unaware. He doesn't actually realize we're here until we're ready to go in. He split off from his team. His melees are over here on our left. I open the door, then he sees me, and they're trying to regroup. And if I just run in here and I get on this barb, this wizard cannot cast spells. He has nowhere he can cast spells. Not with my barb running at him. So yeah, and I just play it out one more time. And then like I said, and then we get caught in the choke. We're taking splash damage. Right here, I have another chance to turn it around. I get caught in the barb, and I don't try to position around him. I just try to go for a block here, which is a really bad play. Chain lightning, fight's over right there, right, just like that. So I mean, yeah, this is pretty much all I want to do with the video. I thought you guys might enjoy like a gameplay analysis. Also, like obviously the clips I upload, you almost never see me die. It's mostly just us like steamrolling teams. So I just want to like show you guys like even as a very good team, we literally two real mistakes there, fight's over just like that. You made like the first mistake was really bad, but we got put in a position where we actually were able to recover potentially, and I made a second mistake, and that's all it is right there. The fight is instantly over. But yes, I hope you guys, maybe are able to gain something from this, or maybe you just like, like, oh, these guys are really good, and like, they got wiped this fast. Just like, it can happen to anyone. Dark and Darker is a very, very brutal game, and many fights come down to a single mistake or a single misstep too far, and that's just your entire fight over. This one came down to two, which honestly is very rare for it to happen. Normally, you don't get two chances to make the correct play. But yeah, that'll be the video, and if you guys enjoyed it, feel free to let me know. I can always do more of these. I can get plenty of gameplay clips, or if nothing else, something else would be cool. Like you guys give me your clips and that you like kind of wants, be like like what could I have done better here? Like how could I have played this, that type of thing, and I would be happy to help. But yeah, until next time, peace.